Hi, everyone. I'm extremely honored to be here today with you. I will start with a question. Who in this room knows ResMed? It's not that bad. You make my day. So to make it short, ResMed is the global leader in connected health. It's more than 10 years that we decided to perform our digital transformation. Why? To meet patient needs. Our company was created more than 30 years ago, and it was, a startup at that time. It was the gathering of a genius businessman and the inventor of the CPAP therapy, which is the gold standard for sleep apnea. And today, we are the world leader in connected health. Very soon, we realized that even if we provide the best-in-class therapy, what is important is the outcome. What is important is the patient experience. And as our therapy is dose response, we very quickly understood that we need to follow the patient. We need to provide coaching to the patient. We need to share data. And this is why 10 years ago, we decided that all our devices will be equipped with a chip, so that we can collect patient data, so that we can share patient data with healthcare professionals, with providers, and so that we can develop coaching tools to engage patients in their therapy. So this is our whole story, and this is why now we are world experts in sleep apnea and respiratory care, respiratory failure. So the reason I'm here today is because we believe at ResMed that in Europe, there is a unique opportunity to leverage data, to leverage AI, to really, develop a positive flying wheel. And we can innovate, we can bring innovation, we can bring research, if we can really leverage the data. We have some experience with the French database, the Health Data Hub, and this is very positive experience. Using this data hub, we have demonstrated that the patient who continue therapy after 1 year have a survival of more than 39% compared to the patient who stopped therapy during the first year. We reduce the risk of heart failure and hypertension by more than 20%. This is because we could leverage the data. And it's just data mining. I say just, it's huge, because 10 years ago, nobody would have guessed that. But now we have, and we will have the possibility to merge data. The European health data space is a unique opportunity for the medtech industry, for the health industry as a whole, to really develop AI medicine. We are convinced at ResMed that medicine is moving to prevention, precision, prediction, personalization, and patient participation. A lot of P's. But this is where we want to go, and this is where we believe we can change healthcare and change the world. So now we have the very nice picture. I'm sure you are waiting for the but, because yes, there is a but. When we see all the landscape, when we see all what we can build with the Data Act, the AI Act, everything which is built and the framework for the European health data space, it is really, bringing lots of perspectives. But if we think about this paradise, we can also consider that, as always, the devil is in the details. And if we want to leverage this opportunity, we need to build trust. There is not enough trust in the industry in Europe. When I see all the barriers sometimes, because there is not enough trust, I have a kind of frustration. If I take the example of the EHDS, the proposition from the Commission was to consider that the GDPR framework was, very safe standard to, protect the right of the patients. Now we have the opt-out, which has been added by the Parliament and the Council, which makes that, on top of the GDPR framework, all the citizens in Europe will have the possibility to opt out. This is great. But why do we add a second layer to probably what is the safest and the most protective layer already in the world? The risk we face is that most of the patients will say no. And we're going to create a huge opportunity that's going to be empty. How can we really leverage AI if we do not have very strong and very robust set of data? In Europe, through the health data, through the EHDS, we'll have a unique set of data. And on top, even if we know that data can always be more qualitative, there are lots of things to do to have more qualitative data. They are probably already among the most qualitative data in the world. We have a unique opportunity to be the leading environment to create medicine AI for the future. But I mean, I think it's really, I like the crunch time for the digital decade, but personally, I wouldn't have said decade. I think it's a little bit more optimistic. I would say it's the crunch time forever. If we do not take this, direction to facilitate access to secondary use of data, we won't be able to leverage, AI and medical and pharmaceutical, innovation in Europe in the future. This is now or never. So I'm happy to have the opportunity to have the next Spanish presidency in front of me, because honestly, this is now or never. And we need to create trust with the industry, and we need to make sure that the EHDS and the Data Act allow us to be a trustworthy partner and allow us to play and allow us to lead. Because I mean, if I look at, we already have teams in our company developing AI, ML insights. They are not leveraging the power of European data. We wish we could. And really, this is the message I want to give. I am very optimistic. I think Europe could really be the nest for that. But we need to create a framework where there is trust in the industry, because we believe that the framework today in Europe is already the most secure, the most robust, and we want to be, and we are by definition compliant by design. This is our contract. So I think this is really the message I wanted to give. And if we move to, collecting patient data, it's for sure it will bring, and we already have data. We have shown that, by engaging patients in their therapy, by developing coaching tools, we have superior outcome, we have superior compliance, and we have benefits for the payer. But it's not only benefits for the patient. If we think that everywhere in Europe we have a scarcity of healthcare professionals, and it's not only in Europe, it's in any developed countries. When you see all the telemedicine solutions we have developed, the hundreds of thousands of patients and millions of patients that have been managed at home during COVID, I mean, by developing telemedicine, by developing access to data, by sharing the data in a way which is, safe for the industrial, where we can still protect our secret trade and our IP, we are really proposing a solution to increase healthcare professional productivity and to make sure that patients can have access to care. We are in a world where one of our contracts is really to make sure we can provide equity to care. And digital medicine is really an enabler for that. So yes, it is for the patient, for the healthcare professional, but ultimately all these outcomes are good for the payers. And this is also the message I want to push today. Digital medicine, connected health, is really a foundation and an essential pillar for the medicine of tomorrow. And it's crucial that we really work hand in hand with Digital Europe, with MedTech Europe, with all the trade associations that we belong in, so that you can listen to us. We can really give all the safety, all the measures taken to make sure that we are compliant, but really allowing to leverage the data, because this is our future. Thank you for listening to me.